Right, hello everyone, welcome back to We Talk. I am your host Robbie. We are without Robbo, he slept in because he's lazy, but we are joined as usual by Lewis. How you doing?
I am good, mate. How you doing?
Aye, not bad. And we are also joined again by Owen. How you doing? You alright?
Not
What
bad,
about?
how we done?
Aye, not bad. Lewis, you say something?
Saying you tired?
A wee bit, aye. It's
Behind
been a
enemy
long
lines?
day.
Behind enemy lines?
0 hours asleep, but maybe.
Well, don't worry.
But
I'm going to be behind enemy. Well, your enemy lines for a bit anyway. 'Cause everybody hates Rangers, so they're all enemies anyway. It's alright.
Well, it's funny you speak of Rangers because obviously you were at the match yesterday. Unfortunately, out of the Champions League. How would you sum up the match for those that maybe didn't see it like myself because I didn't get to watch it?
Well, if you're a Rangers fan, don't go and watch the highlights if you didn't get to see it because Jesus, man, it just feels like Clermont's taking us back instead of forwards in a way. Like Dynamo Kiev, like I know we're not at Ibrox, but see a European night at Ibrox. Honestly, seeing our day, I would fancy us to beat any team in the world. I know that's gone a bit far. Yeah, Real Madrid, Liverpool, City's whatever, right? But see, like a Dynamo Kiev, like we're going to be beating them 3-0 at Ibrox. I know it's not Ibrox, but it's at home. It's still a home game. Do you know what I mean? It's home obviously. Like, and then I know the red card, right? That was horrific, right? I don't know. Owen, did you manage to see it back yet?
I've seen it, but what the hell have I witnessed?
I don't know, like, right? But actually, that is obviously a major part in the game, right? That ref has cost us £40 million. It's
Right.
mental. It's absolutely mental. But we were absolutely horrible. I think Dessers had a couple of chances as per usual. You know, Dessers he's got two, should have five or that, right? But it's just I don't know how to describe it. Like Ross McCausland had a couple of good flicks and that, but his end product isn't there yet, and he has to go on loan to a smaller team, try and build himself up, more game time. Obviously, Ridvan, I don't know if this is true, but he had to keep it up to 6 months. I don't know if it will be, but you never know. Obviously, his injury gets stretched off. Um,
Ooh.
sorry.
What?
So Owen had a bit of reaction there. Obviously, you know, Cortez first game of Hearts, he gets stretchered up. Did he get stretchered? Was that a
No,
stretcher?
no.
No, I
No,
don't.
I just get took off.
He take off. He's going to be about a month or 2 months. Bit so that leaves us with Jeff Day as our only left-sided natural left-sided player, and he's suspended. I think it goes into the league phase. I'm pretty sure it does go into Europa League phase. But I think
I will go into Europa League.
you look, it's a second yellow, but honestly, mental.
I mean, surely there's a way to appeal that. I mean, that is
Surely.
probably one of the worst decisions I've seen. I
Oh, come
mean,
on.
I know based off what's happened with Teoso Olasanya that we are indeed allowed to play him tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he get a second yellow card, so he was maybe suspended. But I believe we're getting a UEFA thing for playing him if we choose to play him. So I'm not sure how that works. Maybe you can do that with EFD as well.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's thing that you mentioned, my cousin just saw it quickly. He probably missed the biggest chance of the match when I was watching some of the highlights back. I did
I was
see him
through.
play through.
Mm-hmm.
They missed a brilliant chance. So on
It's
another
got
day,
to be
that
more
maybe gets
clinical.
in.
It's got to be
Aye.
more clinical.
I mean, obviously, you're looking ahead to another match on Saturday. How is the confidence levels feeling right now? Because obviously, the man
It's,
sitting below me right now is probably very, very confident for the season.
I don't know. Well,
I mean,
I mean, St Johnson just went and absolutely humped Kelly at the ring run, so it's fit, but you never know. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just clueless. Like, I don't know where the signs are. Like, we need a left winger. Like, 100%. That's a no-brainer. But no one can tell me different, right? You cannot tell me Hadji posting on Instagram wants to play for the club. He's ready. All this. You can't tell me that Tom Lawrence is better than Yanis Hadji. Hadji wants to play with the club. We've seen him at a part of that 55 run. We've seen him at Ibrox in his debut. I don't understand it.
he's got the talent to play for Rangers,
I just
100%.
I seen a post earlier on, and it's just like back in the day, or whatever, it was like if a player wanted to leave, he played with the club until he was confirmed at their club. Now as Campbell's getting isolated, Hadji's getting isolated and all that. Campbell wants to leave, Hadji doesn't. That's a different stories, obviously. Both of them should be playing no matter what. They should be involved in the games no matter what, because at the end of the day, we've not got the signings in to replace them yet. And until we do, we need to, obviously, we need to play them. But we're left with Ross McCausland, who's not good enough yet. Tom Lawrence, who offers absolutely nothing. Like, he's came on as a sub a few times last season, and he looked all right. But starting, he's not good enough. And then you have Yefte, who did absolutely nothing. Him and Yilmaz were playing about that far apart, like diagonally like that. And they were both doing nothing the whole game.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of transfer stuff that needs to be done at Rangers. I think there's also a lot of transfer drama going on Owen at Celtic. I mean, look how long it's took to get Adamida in. It looks like that deal will happen, but you've got to say, I mean, from your standpoint, I think Celtic need to make a couple more signings.
We definitely do. I don't understand it. Like, we've literally got the money there. Like, we sell Jota for 25 million, and we've no replaced it. We've no replaced MD with the money that we got from. Literally, either should have been done. Literally, probably at the end of the season, I would say, straight away. He knew himself he wanted to come back to us, and then we just offered a stupid another offer for 4.5 million, which was always going to be rejected. And the fact that it's took that long, and the fact that it's 9.5 million that we're offering Adamida right now is, I don't get it. We need a left back. We need a left back because Greg Taylor is. If Taylor gets knocked or gets injured, then we're finished. Because we've not got a left back, and then we need a new winner, I would say, as well, or a defender. Because Liam Sales, I can't go full season with Sales again. Jesus Christ.
We skimmed
I
it on
don't
a
blame you, man. He's a bobskin at a bat. I know. We didn't beat you last season, but he's a.
Well, no, I don't know how he's done it.
Weird,
Fuck,
man.
Jesus.
I mean, obviously, in terms of outgoings at Celtic, the big one probably Matt O'Reilly. I mean, how confident are you that Celtic can keep a hold of him?
I wish we could keep a hold of him because he's unbelievable right now. He's brilliant, but it's going to be hard to keep a hold of him if Brighton come in with a 25 million plus maybe like 4 or 5 million add-ons. We're not going to turn that down. I just can't see us turn it down. Atalanta came in with another bid of it's a fifth chance to try to sign him, but I don't know if it's been accepted or what yet. But I've not seen it, so I would say they're looking at maybe 22 to 23 million that Atalanta have put another offer in, but I think that'll be rejected as well because they're not paying the amount that we want and they offer for anyway. So hopefully we keep him.
I mean, I think it's good that Scottish clubs are starting to be a wee bit more firm in the transfer business. Another outgoing Mayoski looks set to be joining Girona for, I think it's in the region of £6.5 million. Which is a brilliant bit of business. I mean, what do you guys think about that? And obviously for Mayoski, it's a brilliant move. I mean, he's joined a Girona team that are going to play in Champions League, so big move for him. What are your guys' thoughts?
Definitely. We were speaking about earlier, Robbie, obviously, on the trainer. It's definitely a brilliant move for Aberdeen. Like, going to Aberdeen to obviously Girona for European football to Champions League, obviously brilliant. He'll be on triple, quadruple what he's on right now, probably. I don't see him being on that much right now. So personal terms for Mayoski, it's a win-win. For Aberdeen, it's a win as well, obviously, but they need to go in and find that replacement quickly, obviously. So, but 6 million's a good bit of money, so they could definitely get the scouting done. Hopefully they've already found a replacement. They were just waiting for the money to come in.
I mean, what are your thoughts on it? Obviously, for Aberdeen, who's, it does seem like most Scottish clubs are starting to stand a bit more firm on their transfer business now. Sort of selling players for a bit more. So, what are your thoughts?
They definitely are, but I would say it's quite a loss. It will be a loss for Aberdeen. He's one of the best players that I've seen for a wee while. We are a loss for him. It's a good signing to go to a Spanish team like that who's going to be playing Champions League football next season as well. Very good striker, good finisher as well, and I hope he does well. I hope he does well. A big call about that, to be honest.
Aye, I mean, it should be interesting for them to see if they can hack it in that league. But we'll move on to the weekend games. It's Cup weekend, probably one of the best and most heartbreaking times the year in the calendar. We'll start off on Saturday. Aberdeen take on Queen's Park. Aberdeen obviously just beating St Mirren 3-1. Cheers for that one, McGrath. Lewis, we'll go to you first. What do you think the score will be in this one?
Routine 3-0 for Aberdeen. I don't see Queen's Park putting up a fight at all, especially the way Jimmy Phelan's got his team playing. They look solid. Also, like, wasn't it the most comfortable game against St Mirren, but they got the job done. 3 points. 6 out of 6 points, obviously now. They look quite strong. I know they'll only be playing Europe this season, so I think this is a good year for Aberdeen to try and secure a top 4, maybe finish. I think I'll put them 4th. I think I put them maybe. So I hope they look really strong right now. Obviously, it is just important that they replace their top goal scorer last season. Obviously they signed Mitov, who looked really good at St Johnstone. He's made a couple of decent saves already. He's quite a commanding goalie, so they've definitely replaced good in that department, but they just need to go out and find their target man and hopefully can score the goals for them and make it a good year for Aberdeen.
I mean, Owen obviously we've touched on Mayoff in the sort of striker department for Aberdeen. It looks like obviously Mayoff is going to be away for this game. Duke seems to have had a bad falling out with the manager. He does look like he's going to be playing. Do you think Aberdeen can find goals in this game to get through the tie?
I think it will be, as what Lewis said, I think it will be a routine victory as well for Aberdeen. I think they'll get goals. I just don't know how much changes they'll make to their team. That's the thing I'm thinking about. I don't know how many changes they'll make. I don't know if McGrath will start and all that. How much they'll change the squad around for the game. But I'm very comfortable they'll get the job done anyway. But I'll go 5-0 Aberdeen.
Oh, sorry. I mean, give the boys a chance at Queen's Park, Jesus.
They play a push.
Well,
there we go.
I'll no co-host is no fucking about here, by the way.
No, Aberdeen I think will win this one. I think your squad rotation point. I don't think Phelan particularly needs to rotate the team. As was said, they're not playing in Europe, so they don't need to worry about the Thursday Sunday schedule. So did they have a week?
You for the time being. Hopefully you, but
aye, maybe tomorrow, but
I'm gonna say we're touching that at the end of the episode as well.
Aye, but no, I'm gonna go Aberdeen 4-0. I'll give Queen's Park a bit more of a chance than Owen gave them. They're still gonna have no chance. But we'll move on to another game, which this is an interesting one. I mean, Airdrie are always a weird team. I feel like they should be higher than they are. But it's Dundee taking on Airdrie. We'll go to Owen first. What do you think for this game?
I think it'll be another comfortable win for the Premiership side. I think Dundee will probably, I wouldn't say run over the top of them, because I think Airdrie are they're actually not too bad, to be honest with you. They're not the best, they're not the worst team, honestly. I'll go 3-0 to Dundee.
Fair enough, Lewis. What about you? What do you think for this one?
I'm going 5-0 Dundee.
Oh.
It's a bit out there, right? But the way they broke Hearts down last week when I watched it, it was brilliant. And the way, obviously I know one of the goals was an own goal and that, but like the way they were playing, and Airdrie just get beat 5-0 off testing my memory. Yeah. Scott Brown's there is just pumped Airdrie. I do not see this. I don't even see Airdrie getting a goal. Definitely not. It's going to be the way Dundee are playing. Obviously, they're playing brilliant right now. So I don't see it going any other way than a victory. But it's about 4 or 5 this game. The Dundee will just be dominant.
I mean, lads, we need to give the World League teams a chance now. I mean,
no, if they get pumped 5-0, Scott Brown's there.
You've got to give credit to Scott Brown. He seems to be building something really, really good there, and I think it's something that could maybe try and win the championship this season.
All that just for him to leave in January and go to Ross County or something like that.
It went up at us. Remember he was linked to us before Robinson get the job. That would have been interesting. But no, I agree. I don't think Airdrie can cause an upset in this game. So I'm going to go 2-0 Dundee. I don't think it'll be the 5-0 that you're predicting, but you never know. I mean, they did concede 5-10, as you said, so who knows. But moving on to a game that, you know what, this game is...
This is a big game. This is massive, by the way.
Massive game. Falkirk take on Hearts. Lewis, we'll go to you first. What do you think for this one?
I do think Hearts will get the job done, but it has to be the bounce back game for Stephen Naismith. Obviously, a draw to Rangers in the first game, then also the thumping. Jesus, my mind's went blank. Dundee Stadium, Dins Park? No, Dins Park. No,
no,
Dins
Park. It's Dundee. Dundee.
Park.
You get
my mind just went blank now. I know. This has to be the bounce back game for Naismith's side. As you said earlier on, Robbie, when I was with you, that the constant change in formation during games is confusing the players. They're here, there, they're everywhere. They don't know what to do. But I don't see Falkirk putting much of a fight up. I think Hearts will bounce back with a 2-0 victory. Shankland will be a double.
Alright, fair enough. I'll come in next, and I think you're right. I mean, the one big thing we spoke about for the Dundee game was Naismith changing to that 3-back system that he seems to think he's some sort of Pep Guardiola tactical genius. I mean, he's Stephen Naismith in the Scottish Premiership. He just listen to Hearts fans, just keep the 4-2-3-1, sorry, and play Bargas out in the left and play Shankland through the middle. Shankland is getting constantly left out of games because Naismith thinks he's some sort of tactical genius playing them in at number 10. It's never going to work. You have a guy there who's been the top goal scorer in the Premiership, play him as the out-and-out striker, put the pace on the left, and you win games comfortably like you should be, because I think Hearts they have the third best team in the country. So I think for Naismith, he just needs to keep it simple, go back to the 4-2-3-1, and I think you'll win this game comfortably. If he doesn't, I think a lot of Hearts fans will start to get worried that maybe the 3-back is the system going forward for him, which, it'll not be good. I think I could see him dropping a lot of points. I just don't think the centre-back's what suited to it. And I mean, you take Gerald Taylor, for example, he comes in 1 week on his debut, plays really, really well against Rangers in a full-back formation, and then the next week, Naismith's telling him to play at right mid and play sort of mid attacking. So, as Lewis said, it's going to confuse the players a lot, and I think that's the problem with Hearts. They're not keeping it simple. They are trying to mix it up, and I mean, you're keeping 2 creative playmakers at the game like Spittle and Danda. I mean, you've got to at least play one of them in whatever system you play. So I think Naismith just needs to go back to the basics, and I think Hearts will be fine. So I think they will, and I'm going to go 3-1 Hearts. I think Falkirk will take the lead, but I think Hearts will get away with a win. Owen, what about yourself?
I've kind of said this is my upset on the cards. I feel like it'll be a tough ground to go to. It'll be quite tough for them. To be honest with you, I don't. It'll be as I said, it'll be a tough ground to go to. Pretty sure they're still playing Astro stuff. I'm pretty sure Falkirk did. Can't remember. So I'm going to go 2-1 Falkirk.
First upset in the cards right now. I mean, with that game against Dundee, I don't think you can really stay in about it. I mean, it's one of the games that an upset could happen in. But I mean, if we look ahead to the next game, this is another game where you could argue an upset and a potentially a big upset as well if it comes off. Spartans take on Ross County.
I'm putting one of those Spartans.
Is that your prediction?
I mean, honestly, I see them putting up a big fight. They go to Owen first, but Owen could go first for a change.
What do you think for this
game? This is another game that I think the Scottish team, Premiership team will go to as well. And again, it's another. I think it's another hard place to go to be honest. But I don't think it'll be the greatest game to people to go and see, or people to try and get on the telly at some point. I'll go 1-0 Spartans.
All right, you're going an upset as well, Lewis. You said
Yep.
1-0 Spartans as well. Are you think the upset's on here?
Hope so. I think it'll be brilliant for Spartans. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a really tough game, I think. But I think Ross County will kind of pull it out, to be honest, in the last second and win it. I think they will win it. But I do see Spartans putting up a fight. I'll go 2-1 Ross County.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to go for the upset as well. I'm going to go 1 each, and I think Spartans take it on penalties. I think this will be the only penalty shootout of the weekend. I don't even know if there is penalty shootouts, by the way. I assume there is. I don't think there's replays in the cup anyway.
No, I don't.
So, so I'll go 1 each, and I think Spartans make it on penalties. It's definitely one that's sort of be interesting. The final game on Saturday is Rangers need to try and bounce back for that Champions League disappointment, and they are taking on St Johnstone, who just went to Rugby Park and put on an absolute phenomenal display against Kelly. We'll leave them lose till last. I will take this one first. I think Clement definitely has a lot of work cut out for him this season. It's not going to be easy. If he wants to get this cup underway to a bang, I think he's going to. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that St Johnstone can come to Hampden and get the win here. I just don't see it happening. I know how well they're being set up against Kelly, and I know how well it can set up that team, because I don't think it's the greatest team, but I do believe that Craig Levine can get them firing and potentially try to stay up this season. So I think for St Johnstone, they'll be full of confidence, but I just can't see anything but a Rangers win. So I'm going to go Rangers 4, St Johnstone 0. Owen, what about you?
Obviously last night didn't go to plan. Obviously, I just don't get why that the player from Wolfsburg that's on loan started against Motherwell, and he scored. Cherny. He scored against Motherwell. Looked quite good, I would say. And he didn't start last night. I thought he would have.
Too risky, apparently. Come on, but just we just love buying and signing players that aren't up to match speed, and it take about 4 or 5 6 games to get in. And by that time, 5-6 match days, the league were already about 10 points behind Celtic. That Ignami, whatever his name is, the big Moroccan striker, no seen him, no played a game yet. Oh, he's getting up to speed. Go out and buy Lawrence Shankland then. I just unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
we're never gonna get anywhere with that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Too risky to start him. He's not fit enough to play. I do like Chen. He's started off quite well, right? But like, he's not too much fit. Well, bring him on as a sub then in the Motherwell game, and then play in the Champions League game. A big fixture. Like, see me last week in in Poland. We seen him. He came on, whipped the ball into Dessers. Dessers scored. We needed that.
Right.
I think you've got to say, I mean, Cherny's one, if Clement's saying he's no match fit, you can see he's standing up for the rest of the Rangers team, even when he's no match fit. I mean, it just shows the quality difference that a guy can come in for Wolfsburg, and he's shown his quality when he's not even up to standards. So I just think it's a mess for Rangers. But Owen, what is your score prediction for this
game? Also, I just feel like you can't start McCausland in a bloody qualifying game in the Champions League, and you don't start Cherny and all that.
Well,
he had his chances.
All I'm saying is I'm glad he didn't start Scott Wright.
Oh no.
No Scott Wright, and please no Scott Wright, please no Scott Wright.
McCausland, I mean, for how much was spoke about his finishing, I mean, he gets himself in the right positions. He just needs that extra bit of quality.
Crossed it in, he just kind of whips it in without looking up at it. He needs to kind of, he needs to try and have that end creativity. And that shot that last night he had that was poor. He's got to finish that right in the goalie.
I'm gonna. I don't even know, man. 1-0 Rangers.
Close game. I mean, Lewis, I'll just ask you before I let you take it away. I mean, so many things happening at Rangers right now. It's, we've already heard for you multiple times on the signing stuff. I mean, just talk us through everything that you're feeling on and after pitch, and what do you think for this game?
I feel obviously that if we don't win, which we really, really should, if we don't, there'll be fans calling for Clement's head.
Sharks.
I just, I feel like when that second goal went in, something just started rushing through me, and I think I texted you, like, get Clement out right now. Like, I don't know. It's really frustrating. I still, he's back. Is that happened for you?
Uh,
That happened for me. I don't know what happened.
I just don't see the style of play. I just don't see the style. Like, I just don't see it. Like, it's so flat. It just feels like every time we get the ball, we just can't go forward and we can't drive it players. And when you actually, once in a blue moon, when we do go forward and drive it players and have a good chance, it's like, whoa, where's this team been all this time? It's just so flat. Like, we pass about the back, side to side, back, it just kills the game. So, I mean, I think we'll win. You know, I need to back Rangers also. I always back Rangers. Well, 2-0. I don't see Johnson putting up in a fight they did last week at Rugby Park, but it's got to be better. And
I
also,
mean,
he's just got to have a bit of balls and drop Dessers and play Danilo. Danilo's not played a minute. We're like, see, as soon as that first goal goes in against Daniel Kirov yesterday, he's got to be like, Danilo, on you get. Even keep Dessers on. Bring Tom Lawrence off. Bring McCall. I don't even know who went off at this point. Bring MD off and get Danilo up front.
I mean, just before I make the original point, I was going to say, I mean, Clement said in the press conferences, and don't quote me if I'm wrong, I think I heard CJ Noble say this. He was saying along the lines of Clement said that it's hard to get players onto the pitch when you're not winning the games. Now, one, that doesn't make any sense because they're impact players for a reason. And I believe he was quoting on Danilo. But how come even when you're up against even when you're winning games against Motherwell, that you can't bring Danilo on to try and get an extra goal in there? I mean, well, what's happening with Danilo for you, Lewis? I mean, is he even in Clement's plans?
I think so, but it's a strange one again. Like, obviously, like, his injury to his like cheekbone. I was right in front of me. I was at that game at St Johnstone. I was right in front of the goals, obviously, and he scored. He headed that in and obviously hit his cheekbone. That was a bad injury. He came back. Everybody thought he was going to be like the Batman, the masked man, or Danilo, like scoring all these goals. And he did actually score a goal. But he scored against Hearts, the winner. Header at Ibrox, 2-1. He scored. Tank Tavernier scored a penalty. That's a shocker. He scored a penalty, I think, and then Danilo scored, and then he had the mask on. They took his mask off and ran about. Like, we all thought he was going to be this brilliant guy, obviously. And then he had was it a hamstring, a calf injury, something to do with his leg, or something like a fire or something. Put him out basically for the whole season, the rest of the season in January. So he's not really had that much game time. But he's back fit. He's a striker. Get him on the pitch. He's got. I honestly, if he's not going to. I know he played Dessers on Saturday, but he's got to give Danilo minutes.
So, I mean, about the press, no, what am I talking about? Sorry, my dad trying to phone me and I've completely lost the loop. One thing you tweeted in the heat of the moment when the second goal went in, that you put in the Snapchat group, was about the style of playing, how you can't see a system.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you still sticking by your word? I mean, is there a system that you can see, or is it like?
Honestly, we're letting this Ukrainian team, right, who we're not getting into it obviously, but they've got air stuff going on outside football. Obviously, they've got big problems with all this, right? Like, we're letting them come to our home game, and it was Ibrox, obviously, but it's our home game, 50,000 fans. We're letting them come here and absolutely play us off the ball. Let them keep possession at the start of the game. You just see, like, a European night under Gerrard, in their faces, press them, keep the ball, don't give the ball away to silly, like, don't let them create chances. We absolutely dominated teams under Gerrard, and his record in Europe shows that at home. but we like that. It was so flat. That is the. I'm trying to double make sure I'm not going to go back in this, but that was the worst European game I've ever been to.
I mean, I think it just sums it all up, really. I mean, there's a lot going forward at Rangers problem-wise. I mean, what are the confidence levels sitting at for the rest of the season, though?
Scared. That's what I'm about to say, to be honest. I honestly don't even know what to say about this season. The way it's gone, the way the signings have kind of turned out. Conor Barron's been brilliant. He wasn't at his best, but he was still decent last night. Also, Liam Kelly's going to play to try and Tristan Nasala, where's he been? No seen him either. Ignavi, no seen him. Cherny looks alright, he looks semi-decent right now. I'm trying to think right now of some of the signings.
Just if you mentioned that centre back for AC Milan.
AC Milan, Tristan Nasala, I've not seen him.
Aye.
Proper starting against Motherwell, unlucky with the own goal, put his foot out. Looked alright. He was alright there last night. I just don't see the signings are going to be turned out that good, to be honest.
I mean, we'll move on. Did you get your score prediction?
I said 2-0, I'm pretty sure. Well, 2-0, I'll
2-0.
go 2-0.
Alright, fair enough. We move on to the Sunday games. Dundee United take on St Mirren at Tannadice. Lewis, what are you thinking for this one?
Don't see St Mirren going through, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry to say it. I think there's going to be a shocker here. I mean, you could beat it.
Would you count this game as a shocker? I mean, it is two Premiership teams up against each other.
I know. Well, in my eyes, I'd say it's a bit of a shocker. St Mirren going for Europe, and I don't know. I don't see Dundee United finishing above 10th minimum.
That's one of the big debates we're probably going to have throughout the whole season. Are we Dundee United going to finish? Because you two both think they're going to do bad.
I know.
But are you going to 2-0 United?
2-0 United, out.
Right, fair enough. On what you're thinking for this game?
I think St Mirren after tomorrow. I think Sunday they will struggle after tomorrow anyway. But I still see them going through, if I'm being honest. But I think it's going to be way extra time. I think St Mirren are going to go through 2-1 in extra time.
Alright, I'll just say that now, I don't think we could do extra time on Sunday. With the Thursday Sunday games coming up, but already finding it hard enough fitness wise. I think if we were going to extra time, I think there'd be a real chance that Dundee United can maybe get a winner out of the game. But saying that, I need to be confident, and I think it all comes down to team selection, really. I mean, the goals we conceded against Aberdeen, they're so easy to stop. One comes in for a corner because we're trying to zonal mark the box instead of going on the players, so we're leaving three at the back, wide open. Named him Martin. The second one, I mean, you just may take a bow sometimes to Aberdeen. It was really, really well worked play, but the fact that they're basically joined up with players in their aim box is embarrassing stuff. I mean, I don't know where the midfield was there. I just think McNair gets himself into the right position, but Elvis absolutely lets him go. I think it might have been Rooney at that point. It was one of them. Just completely lets McGrath free loam at our own penalty box. Then the third one's just a Livingston hoofball into the box, and somehow the boy at the back post finds his head on it. So I think on another day, all 3 goals are avoidable and we potentially get away with 3 points. But I think with this match, especially after Thursday, we just need to rotate well. And I think Robinson is still learning his lesson to play a big guy up top who can chest the ball down like a Mandron or a Younger, and then play a runner after him, play your James Scott or Olasanya. I mean, Olasanya will be crucial in these games, showing what he can do. I believe I've seen somebody say that he used to be training to be a sprinter before he got into football. So, I mean, we all know the pace that he utilises in attack. So, if we can get the ball up the park, I think we're more than comfortable to get the win here. But again, Dundee United looked good after the derby. I mean, they probably should have picked up another 3 points. They get really unlucky up at Dingwall. Obviously, they spoke about the sitter that they missed. in the first 10 seconds. I mean, that was a horrible miss for the player. But I just think coming into this game, I think we need to be confident, and I think it all comes down to what happens on Thursday. Say we need to go to extra time. I mean, the players will be absolutely knackered after that, and I think you'll see it start to take its toll. But again, I need to back the team, so I'm going to go 2-1 St Mirren. I think we just sneak through. I think it'll be a tough game, but I see us sneaking through and moving on quickly to the next game. Obviously, another All Premiership tie. Motherwell take on Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock, I said it on another live stream I done. They're in a real spot of order now. I think they're missing something at the team. I don't know whether it's that lack of confidence in the players this season, but McInnes seems to have that team really, really struggling. And again, they're going away to Tromso. That is not going to be an easy game. It should be a game Kilmarnock will win. And I think if they don't win, it should be labelled as embarrassing, and rightly so, by the way that Tromso team are playing. So there's a lot riding on these next couple of games for Kilmarnock. Lewis, I'll go to you first. What are you thinking for this game?
I think this is Kelly's bounce back game. As I said earlier on about what team did I say about the bounce back? Hearts. I think it's a bounce back game. I don't see Kelly. Well, they've obviously got a lot of first team players that injured. I heard was it 8 or something. I do. Lennon Miller will be somebody to watch. He was good at handling the other week. I think he controlled the Motherwell's midfield quite well. But I will 1-0 Kelly in extra time. I think it'll go extra time, and then Kelly will break them down. Manage to get a goal. It'll not be the most convincing performance, I don't think, for either team, but I think Kelly will just edge it out.
Fair enough. Owen, what you think for this one?
I think it will be a struggle for Kilmarnock again, because obviously from tomorrow they'll be very tired and all that. Just depends how long they can go for on Sunday, same as St Mirren as well, how long they can go for. I just feel like I don't think it's going to be it's not going to be a good game on Sunday. I can't see it being a good game. I'm just going to go 1 each, and I think Motherwell take it on pens.
Alright, fair enough. I think Motherwell take this one quite comfortably. I just don't see McInnes being able to win this game. There's just a real lack of something, and I know we'll speak about it a bit later on in the games with Europe. I just think there's a real lack of belief there that the players didn't have last season. The players had last season, sorry. I think if you look at Danny Armstrong, obviously he's getting links, rumours that he's potentially moving away, is his head maybe turned elsewhere. There's so many questions, there's so many players that I think are just losing that sort of lack of confidence and that hard work mentality that, McInnes loves in a player. So I think this will be a tough game, obviously. I think, Lewis, for what I read, with certain fans, Motherwell, for all the injuries that they had at Hampden, they seem to put up a real fight. I think Lennon Miller missed a really good chance as well for the right-hand side. Probably should have scored,
Definitely,
I think that's positives for the Kettlewell to take into the season. If you can go away to a game like that where, it's no idols, but it's still tricky, and put up a good performance like that, I think they'll do well in the season. But saying that, I think Motherwell will win this game 3-1. I think Kelly just don't look like they can win games right now, and I see that continuing for a bit. And we'll go on to speak about it in a wee bit. If McInnes is out the next 2 competitions and the next 2 games, the fans are really going to get on his back. But the final game on Sunday, Celtic take on Hibs. Obviously, we just watched that game. Celtic won it 2-0. Lewis, what are you thinking for this one?
3-0. Easy. Hibs don't put up a fight. David Gray definitely going to be one of the first managers sacked, I think, after these first 2 games. Trying to think what I'm trying to say now. Easy victory for Celtic. Don't see any way a shocker. Can only pray, obviously. But I don't see it at all. So easy 3-0 victory.
Well, I agree with you. I think it'll be an easy win for Celtic. I think they'll win 5-0. There's not much more than I need to say on that. But Owen, I'm really intrigued because Hibs have conceded 5 in the last 2, not scored a goal. We know how poor it's been for David Gray. he just seems unable to manage this Hibs team. I think maybe taking the permanent job was a bit too much for them, but just on a Celtic standpoint, for you, obviously, confidence is high. A really good win away at Easter Road, regardless of how Hibs are playing. It's a place that Rodgers has struggled in the past, so obviously a big plus there. You're playing at home. I mean, obviously, I think Schmeichel is a big one because I think at Easter Road we barely got to see any of him. If anything of him, to be honest with you, I think there was one good shot for Kieran Bowie that probably would have went in if it didn't hit the crossbar. So I think we're looking to see more Schmeichel, but this doesn't really see in the game. I mean, can you see rotation players coming into a team here and how the end of the game's going to go?
I think there will be some rotation for Sunday. I would like to see I would like to see the other goalie play in the cup games, like cup games and like the obviously the bigger games in the cup. Like Schmeichel would obviously start, but like teams like this, I know like the offence they have right, but they are terrible. But like I feel like I just want to see the new goalie play in that one. I can see rotation a bit in different areas. Maybe like Ralston might be one that could start. Maybe I don't even know who else. Maybe Jan probably starts. I know maybe. But going back, I know I'm not going back to like last week and that. If that was a home game against Hibs, that could have easily been about 6-0. Like straight up, that could have been easily a 6-0 win. Kind of looked, well, come from the first half, very good in the first half. Kind of slipped off in the second half, I would say. But didn't really show like a lot in the second half. We could have scored in the second half as well, but we didn't really show a lot. Hibs obviously maybe like last 10 minutes showed a bit of something. Obviously hit the crossbar, but it was too late at that point to start playing. But I can see rotation for Sunday, and I can see just Hibs falling apart every time they play. So I'll go 4-0.
Alright, fair enough. Obviously, we were speaking about Celtic transfers earlier. One transfer that's been out is Kwon to Hibs. Obviously, he will not be eligible.
He will not be allowed to play.
Obviously, he's not allowed to play, but I mean, how do you think he'll go on at Hibs this season? Because one thing I noticed with Hibs is they lack a lot in the midfield area, so how big a player do you think he could be for them?
I hope that so when somebody goes on loan, they come back fresh and all that, and they've played like fairly like quite well. Obviously, went to St Mirren last season, and he looked very good. I would be honest, he looked very good.
The injury ruined that loan spell because he was playing really well, and I think you even seen it at Hibs when we went away and beat them 3-0. I mean, he completely controlled that midfield in that game, and I think that just shows the step up in quality for the players. So I mean, how do you see him getting on with this spell?
A team with Hibs, he should be getting on very well at Hibs and that. Obviously, he was very good at St Mirren last season. I feel like he can. Hopefully, he shows it again what he's made of. I just wish we kind of like maybe like gave him like a chance maybe like to see how he was. But obviously, a player like that, there's too many players ahead of him, like O'Reilly, McGregor, Atati, Bernardo, and all that, and
Riordan,
don't forget about him. But I just feel like hopefully it does well. Hopefully he comes back and he will not start, to be honest. That's something I think when he comes back.
I mean, well, what's your score prediction for this game then?
4-0.
Easy as you like. Well,
Easy as you like.
I mean, there's the cup games for this weekend. You can tell me and Lewis are very, very tired. But before we go, we will speak about the European games. Just before we speak about Killing St Mirren, Lewis, I want to ask, do Rangers need to play one more European qualifier, or are they straight in the Euro?
Straight in, thank God.
Alright, well, I mean, I suppose that's something to look forward to for you. I mean, I think you can have a bit more of a run at the Europa League. Obviously, the Champions League will have much tougher fixtures. I think you actually play less fixtures than you do in the Europa League. So, I mean, how are you feeling ahead of the Europa League campaign?
I mean, hopefully we're in Ibrox for it. Hopefully we don't maybe a Hampden for them. For Ibrox, obviously, but it just depends how the last couple of weeks of the transfer window go, to be honest. But after the transfer window, when we're next down after that, I can confidently sit down how I feel like we're going to be doing. But right, as it stands, not confident, not confident at all.
I mean, and I think the same can be said for Celtic. I mean, one thing that's always been criticised is how poor Celtic seem to do in the Champions League. Obviously, people have said that Celtic need to make signings to compete in the Champions League. There's still a few weeks left of the window. I mean, how are your confidence going into the Champions League this season?
I wish I could be confident as ever with Celtic going to Champions League, but we have absolutely no chance. I've got absolutely zero chance whatsoever. I just hopefully get like maybe one terrible team or something like, well, not terrible, like a bang average team, we can actually beat them. But like, it's just, I just hate playing Champions League. I just rather play in Europa League, to be honest. But I love Champions League as well, but we've got no chance.
I mean, it's good for the money, but I mean, I suppose you're hoping for like that Krevna Shevka or like Hajduk split, you know, the AFM teams that you always get in the Champions League that you just sort of brush aside a wee bit. I suppose you're hoping for some of them. But I mean, and you also want some glamour ties in there. I mean, it's very possible to get through with winning maybe 3 or 4 games. So if you can pull yourself at like maybe a away at Real Madrid, why not? Fancy yourselves? Why not against Mbappe?
Easy. 3-0.
Liam Scales versus Mbappe. That is the
Liam Scales back pocket every day.
But obviously, we'll speak about the 2 games that are still yet to be decided if the teams are going to be playing in Europe. We'll start off with Kelly. They take on Tromso. As I said earlier, I think this is an embarrassing result. If Kelly don't get the win here, I know they're low in confidence, but this is a Tromso team that are fighting relegation. Lewis, would you agree? This could be an embarrassing result if Kelly don't win. And what is your score prediction for the game?
Kelly will get through 2-0. But
you confident?
Aye, I hope so. Good for the coefficient, obviously, same as St. Mun. Aye, 2-0.
I mean that.
It's got to be.
I don't know about you. I mean, I don't know about you, but after that performance against St Johnstone, I mean, are you a bit worried for Kelly? Maybe they don't get the result here.
I would say I'm quite worried for them, to be honest. Because I thought they would have put a marker in against St Johnstone, because obviously they've not done one yet this season. But that was a shock I didn't expect. Is it Norway? This team play or something? Norway?
Yeah. I bought my head. They're fighting relegation, not the Norwegian League.
Oh God. So it'll be tough for Command, I think, but obviously I hope they get through. But I can't see it. I'm going to go 2-1 to the whatever that team's called.
Right, one's gone 2-1 Tromso. Good back in the Scottish lads. Always the same. We always doubt the Scottish teams. But no, I actually agree with you. I just don't. I mean, if Kelly at home can't put a marker in against St Johnstone, I don't have much hope they can go into an away European tie. And look, that's not taking it away from Tromso, because I'm sure they're a decent team. I mean, we've seen with the brand what they can do, especially out of Norway. I mean, just the way they move the ball, but it's so much like anything that I've not seen before for any team that someone have played. So I think they definitely have quality, but Kilmarnock really should be winning this game, and it's a game that they probably should have won in the first leg and been comfortable through getting into this one. So I think I'm going to also go, unfortunately, Tromso to win this game 2-0. I just can't see Kelly getting away into this one. I mean, I just think the confidence is so low right now, and I think it's only going to get worse. And again, as I said, if Kelly they get put at both competitions within the space of 5 days, then alarm bells are going to be ringing for McInnes. But we'll move on to the final game to talk about. It is SK Brand taking on St Mirren. Obviously, the first leg finished 1 each. We gave ourselves a very, very small chance at this game. One thing to note is Mark O'Hara is fit and has travelled with the squad for the game, so that is absolutely massive news. Lewis Jameson has not, I believe, due to an injury. So that's very, very interesting. I don't know if we would have played anyway, but I think we've definitely gave ourselves a chance. And Lewis, I'll come to you first. I mean, someone obviously have a chance, but can we go and get the business done?
They'll be a tough game. I'll go 1-0 St. Why not? Why not?
The boys,
Max it up.
exactly.
Go for it, why not?
Exactly, in this sense. But Owen, what you think for this game?
I think it'll be. I think obviously it'll be tough for it will be tough for St. Mun, as I get told obviously off of like you, especially as it's one fan, like the way that Brand just played a bit like with the just passing the ball a bit and all that. Olasania's goal is massive to keep it in the tie. O'Hara fit, very good.
Gogic is a doubt, by the way. I'll just say that now. Gogic is a slight doubt after the injury against Aberdeen.
Oh no, that's no way one. But I'm gonna go for St. Mun to win the game. 1-0 because I'm just gonna back them in.
I love the confidence in you, to. You have more confidence than I do for the game, so fair play. I think Mark O'Hara being back's absolutely fantastic. Caelan Boyd-Muntz hasn't really ever put a fit round for the club, but that game against Brann last week was his worst performance in this kit. He was absolutely atrocious in that midfield. He was just so isolated. What?
Who was?
Boyd-Muntz.
Oh, Boyd.
Probably the worst game I've seen from him in black and white. I mean, it was just a really, really bad performance. He just gets so isolated in that midfield. I don't think it helped when we had Dennis Adenidin and Ocean Smith running after the fullbacks the whole game, leaving him in the midfield himself. So I think with Mark Stettman, it's going to be massive. I really want it to be O'Hara, and Dennis Adenidin in the midfield, because he just looks like a quad player. He's that big midfielder that wants to control the midfield, and I actually can't believe we managed to sign him for free, because he looks like a really, really good player. So I think seeing made of him, Roland Adover, I want to see him in the middle as well. He's been fantastic. I think up front, I think I spoke about it a bit earlier. I think we need a big dog with a runner. So I'd fancy us to go Mandron and Olasanya to start, and then just rotate them out straight swap, bring in James Scott for Olasanya and bring in a Younger for Mandron, and do that after about the 50th, 60th minute. And we could still, if we're still in the tie, I mean, it could be crucial, because Robinson, I think one thing I've always doubted him on was how late he likes to make substitutions. He was always the same for his first sort of time in charge. He was always too late to make the subs, but now that he's got the players that he trusts to bring on, he seems to be doing it a lot more. I mean, he brought on Ocean Smith at half time against Aberdeen. I don't think I've ever seen Robinson bring on a player at half time since he came to St. Mun. So I think that just shows you where he's at with his players, that he can trust them like that. So I think this will be a tough game. I mean, listen, you can't take anything away from Brann. Again, they're competing up there with Bodo Glimt, a team that I believe has played Celtic before. I can't remember when. I think it was probably. We know what level of opposition we're dealing with here, but again, if we can get through this tie, the rewards are so they're going to benefit us so much. We have such a good chance to get into the Conference League if we can get through this tie. But I'm going to back us to get through, and I think we're going to need to score more than one, because I see Brann scoring. So I'm going to go St. Mun 2, Brann 1, but just very, very quickly before we wrap things up, Kelly, obviously, if they get through, will play Copenhagen. Do you boys fancy Kelly in the next round?
No offence, but
Aye, and obviously, we'll play Astana or a Romanian second division team who won the cup. Is this our biggest chance that we potentially might ever get to qualify for the Conference League?
Yeah,
and do you think we can do it if we get through?
Aye. I think so, aye.
I mean, that is a pretty good Astana team. I know they just lost their captain, I believe. But you've got to fancy to get through that one on, surely.
Oh, definitely. Like, I just honestly, if you need to play Astana, I think the way is going to be the toughest one there. You need to try and get through. But if you get through this one tomorrow, you just need to hopefully you play a stand it away for I don't know if it was better
Home leg first, I believe.
home leg. So if at home you just need to put a wee marker down, and then in the away tie you just need to hope you stay in the game and just not concede like quite early and like just stay in the game.
Aye, I mean, aye. I think if we can do that, there's definitely a real chance. But that has been us. We have covered the cup games for this upcoming weekend. We spoke a bit about Lucy Club having an absolute meltdown. But we will be back next week at some point. Hopefully, Rob was actually at his bed this time to actually come and sit down and record. If no,
we started joining 10 minutes in last week.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hold on. Has me at one point, right? See last night at that game, what was your fan base of it? Like there was empty seats at that week behind that.
I know.
The empty seats were so bad. Literally for the first minute, there was a big chunk of empty seats.
Some fans just more about they'll be able to get tickets, and then when the tickets are there, they don't go and get them.
Exactly.
Mental.
Yep.
But anyway, check out the Z game. Use code BTOP for 10% off. I don't know if there's anything else.
That's been Owen.
We will be back next week. I've been Robbie, that's been Lewis, that has been Owen. We have been We Talk. Hopefully next week joined by Robbo, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.